Apple is releasing its newest line of products and technology, including the highly anticipated iPhone 13. And while today's event is supposed to be a time of excitement, it comes as the company is releasing a software update to fix one of the most serious security flaws the tech giant has ever faced. Researchers at the University of Toronto's Citizens Lab have discovered a vulnerability in Apple's operating systems that could allow hackers to access any Apple device without action from its user. Joining us now for more on this is CBSN technology reporter Dan Patterson. Hi, Dan. Wow, this is certainly striking fear in the hearts of Apple users everywhere. Why is the discovery of this flaw so significant, and what more can you tell us about this particular vulnerability?
Hey, Tanya, it's good to see you. So this is what's called a Zeroclick zero-day exploit. So in non-jargon terms, what that means is that a 0 day is something a company has to respond to right now. It means there are 0 days between the time it is announced and the time that the company has to respond. And a Zeroclick is exactly like it sounds. It means that unlike a phishing attack or something else where humans have to be tricked, it requires 0 clicks, 0 actions. So the security researchers who found this was Citizen Lab, a very well-respected cybersecurity nonprofit in Toronto, called this forced entry because it does exactly that. It pushes its way into the iPhone and iOS. Much like the software Pegasus, which was released by the same group that developed this, the NSO group. So this is an incredibly significant flaw because it literally impacts hundreds of millions of iPhone customers and requires very little for the attacker to do to exploit your phone.
So, like you said, this was a 0-day infection, and is also known as a Zeroclick infection. That means this is doubly serious, correct, Dan? And if you haven't fixed it by now, here you and I are talking about this, is it already too late?
No, it's not too late. Update your phone right now, though. I'm not joking. Or as soon as you're able. Now, these are two different things. I want to clarify. A 0 day means that the company has almost 0 time to respond, which is why you saw this very urgent action from Apple last night. And a 0 click means that it requires no actions on the user part to be exploited. So it is not too late to update your iPhone or iOS software. This also includes your iPad, your Apple Watch, maybe other devices you might have by Apple. But it does mean this is very serious. Don't ignore this update. It's a fast update. It doesn't require a lot of time. But it is something that puts every iOS user at risk.
So the cybersecurity company NSO created this tool capable of breaking into all Apple devices, correct? What more do we know about this company, and what else has NSO been involved with?
NSO is a very opaque and well-funded Israeli cybersecurity firm. Their clients, they're also incredibly controversial. Their clients include Saudi Arabia, Azerbaijan, and other countries that use their software for questionable types of espionage. And look, this company has been linked to some pretty nefarious activities, including hacking Jamal Khashoggi's phone before he was kidnapped and brutally murdered.
So, Dan, this all comes as Apple is rolling out its new iPhone and iOS 15. What more do we know about how Apple is addressing user security with its new operating system? Can we assume that at least these new phones and the new operating system are updated with the security fix?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about Apple devices is that the company responds very, very quickly, and iOS devices are typically pretty secure, at least more secure than a lot of the other options out there. And iOS 15 is an incredibly secure, or at least appears to be an incredibly secure operating system. Apple is literally doing their iPhone event as we speak right now, so we'll learn about when iOS 15 is released, as well as the new Mac operating system and iPad operating system. And what they're doing with this is adding some additional privacy features. They're kind of filtering your IP address, much like a VPN would, and doing other things that help you stay safe and secure. We can also trust that the company will update their software. It's not that Google doesn't. They also issued an update, a patch for Android, but because Android comes in so many different flavors, it's kind of hard for manufacturers to stay on top of security updates. One of the benefits or downfalls that some people might see of being on Apple is that there is one company who is creating this, and they can quickly issue fixes to security holes like this.
All right. Well, Dan Patterson, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Very important information you're sharing. Thank you.
Great to see you.